Hello friends, today we will see second second chapter of the class ninth of the physics, that is force and laws of motion. So what is force? Force is nothing but it is a push or pull on a body is called force. So either we will push or pull. This phenomena is known as force. A push or a pull on an object is called force. Force are used in our everyday action like pushing, pulling, lifting, stretching, twisting and pressing. You can read these are not so important. So when we are pulling, when we are pushing, okay, weightlifter pulling the weights and weightlifter pushing the weights, they are applying the force actually. So what will be the effect of force? A force cannot be seen actually. A force can be judged only by the fact which it can produce in various bodies or objects around us. A force can move a stationary body. A force can stop a moving body. A force can change the speed of the moving body. A force can change the direction of a moving body. A force can change the shape and size of an object. So let us see one by one by the example. If we kick a football kept on a ground with our foot, then the football starts moving. So this will be the example of first, that is the force can move a stationary body. A force can stop a moving body means when we apply some brake on a bicycle, the bicycle will come into the rest. So this will be the example of stopping a moving body. Okay, or we can say when a ball or a football is coming on a ground, after some time it will be in a rest or it will stop. How it happens? It happens because of the frictional force acting between the football and ground. So the force can make a moving body stop. Okay, similarly the force of brake can also stop a moving car, we have discussed earlier. Now we also know the push or pull on a moving bicycle can change the speed. Either we can stop it or we can increase the speed. So we can change actually the speed of a bicycle by either pushing or pulling. So this is the third example. And what is the fourth? How can we change the direction? So when a bowler throws a ball to a batsman, the batsman hits it and we can say that the direction of the ball can be changed. Okay, here we can see the force from a tennis player's racket can change the direction of the motion of the tennis ball. Okay, and now the fifth one is change the shape and size of a body. So when we apply some force on a spring, the spring gets elongated. So this will be the example of changing the shape and size of the spring by applying some force. If we pull, the spring gets elongated, and if we compress it, the spring will get shorter. So from the original shape it will be deformed. Okay, so we have seen here all these 5 examples, the effects of force. Now we see here a force can change the shape and size of a body. So we can now define force as follows. A force is an influence which tends to set a stationary body in motion or stop a moving body, or which tends to change the speed and direction of a moving body, or which tends to change the speed and size of a body. So now we will discuss balance and unbalanced force. Actually, force are of two types, balanced and unbalanced force. Let us discuss one by one. If the resultant of all the forces acting on a body is zero, the forces are called balanced force. And if it is not zero, so it will be the unbalanced force. Suppose here the heavy box does not move, force of friction is this side and the force of our push is this side, and always it will have some gravitational force of gravity downward direction due to its weight, and same reaction force is acting upward, the force of reaction exerted by the ground on the heavy box. So in this case, if the box is not moving, it means that the all forces acting on the box is balanced. Okay, so in this case the force of friction will cancel the force of our push, and the force of gravity will cancel the force of reaction exerted by the ground. So the body will feel as if there is no force acting on it because of the cancellation of these opposite and equal forces. So here we see now the box is at rest, 4 forces are acting on it. Since the box does not move at all, we conclude that the resultant of all the force acting on it is zero. The box therefore behaves as if no force is acting on it. The force acting on the stationary box are example of balanced force. Please note that the force of our push on the box is balanced by the force of friction, as we have seen here, and the force of gravity is balanced by the force of reaction on the ground. Similarly, when we hold a suitcase STD at some height from the ground, the resultant force acting on it on the suitcase is zero, and it does not change its position. Again, in a tug of war, that is in a rope pulling between two teams, if the resultant of force applied by the two teams is zero, the rope does not move in either direction. Okay, the force exerted by the two teams are balanced. From this discussion, we conclude that if the number of a balanced force on a stationary body act on a stationary body, the body continue to remain in its stationary position. Similarly, if a number of balanced force act on a body in a uniform motion, the body continues to be in its state of uniform motion. Suppose when a body is stationary, and if we apply balance force, the body will be remains in stationary, and if the body is in a motion, that is uniform motion, and we apply balance force on that motion, that body, the body will not change its motion. That means it will be in uniform motion as earlier. Okay, so the balance force cannot produce motion in a stationary body or stop a moving body. They can, however, change the shape of the body. Actually, when we apply some pressure on a balloon with our two fingers, the equal forces will not move the balloon but can change the shape of the balloon from its spherical shape to the oblong shape. Okay, now we will see the unbalanced force. What is unbalanced force? If the resultant of all the forces acting on a body is not zero, the forces is called unbalanced force. So unbalanced force can move a stationary body, or they can stop a moving body. Okay, here the force of friction is in this direction, and the force of our push is in this direction, and the force of reaction and force of gravity is always in opposite direction. So suppose a toy car is lying on a ground, and let us push this car with our hand. We find that the toy car starts moving. Now in this case also four forces are acting here. Okay, and these we have seen, but in this case the force of gravity on the car acting downwards and the force of reaction of a ground acting upward are equal, so it will not move in this direction. The toy will not move in y direction. But since the force of friction and the force of our push is unequal, it means the friction is less and our push force is greater than the friction force, so it will move in negative x direction. It means it will always go in the direction where the force is greater. Okay, so the force of our push is therefore greater than the force of friction in this case, so we cannot balance each other. Thus the resultant of all the forces acting on the toy car is not zero. Therefore there is a net unbalanced force acting on the toy car, which makes the car move from its position of rest. So the toy car move in the direction of greater force, which is the direction of our push. Thus to move a stationary object, we have to push it with a force greater than the opposing force of friction. Okay, so another example is that when we are holding a suitcase above the ground, then the force of gravity acting on the suitcase is balanced by upward force of our hand. Now if we release the suitcase from our hand, then the unbalanced force of gravity acts on it and the suitcase falls down on the ground. So in this case the force of gravity actually produces motion in the suitcase. Again in a tug of war, when if one of the team suddenly releases the rope, an unbalanced force acts on the other team, due to which it falls backward. So in this case the unbalanced force results in the motion of weaker team along with the rope they are holding. For the above example, it is clear that when an unbalanced force acts on body, it produces motion in the body. So what is here written? When an unbalanced force acts on a body, it produces motion in the body. Another point to be noted is that the unbalanced force can also stop a moving body. For example, when the ball is rolling on the ground, the unbalanced force of friction acts on it. Friction is unbalanced force here, which act on it and will bring the ball to stop after some time. Its reverse is also true. That is, we have just said that the unbalanced force acting on a body changes its speed and direction of the motion. The reverse of this is also true. That means if the speed or direction of a motion of a body changes, then some unbalanced force must acting on it. For example, when we stop pedaling the moving bicycle, then it slows down and finally comes to a stop. The slowing down of the moving bicycle is due to the unbalanced force of friction acting on it. the force of friction opposes the motion of a body. If there were no unbalanced force of a friction and there is no air resistance, the moving bicycle would go on moving forever. It means it will not stop anytime if there is absence of air resistance and absence of force of friction. But in ideal case it is possible, but in the real case it is not so. So the moving body will come to rest due to the force of friction and air resistance. Okay, so we can further read this. And one thing that Galileo said, that objects move with constant speed when no force act on them. Means when there is no force acting on a body, the body will move with a constant speed. So in further videos we will say force instead of unbalanced force, because we will talk of force acting on a body, it usually means an unbalanced force, not always we will say an unbalanced force. So instead of unbalanced force we will say force again and again for the sake of convenience only. So after now we will discuss Newton's laws of motion in next video. So my dear friends, if you like my video, please don't forget to like, subscribe and hit the notification bell to stay updated with the future lecture and the tutorials. Thank you. Have a nice day. We'll meet in the another video with a new topic.